Hello to our franchise development team. This is our biggest panel so far. So let me see if I can hide that. Here we go. Now nobody's face is covered. All right. Well, let's go around to all of you. Maybe a little bit of an introduction into the role that you guys have on franchise development. We have franchise buyers or prospects that are watching live on our webinar. We have some that are going to be watching in recorded versions of this. So let's go. Courtney, Christy, Maureen. We'll go around the circle on introductions on who you are and the role that you play in franchise development.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my name is Courtney. I am a franchise development manager here at Sylvan, and my role along with the team is really just to help potential franchisees who are looking to open up a franchise, going through the process of really understanding Sylvan. We take them through the beginning interview stages. We take them through the entire process of understanding a territory. So we really want to make sure that the introduction into the system is as seamless as possible as it will be throughout the entire franchise process. So we're excited to help those new people in.
Appreciate that. And Christy?
Hi, everyone. I'm Christy Kalinowski, also a franchise development manager here at Sylvan. As Courtney said, we're really here to help you understand the opportunity, what Sylvan's all about, make sure it aligns with what you're looking for in your next chapter, and then helping you get on board. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. And Maureen?
Hi, I'm Maureen. I am the Executive Director of Franchise Development with Sylvan. I work with a great team, and I'm just going to pick back off what Courtney and Christy just shared. Our job is to make sure that prospects that come to us that are interested in Sylvan are walked through the whole entire process, that all their questions are answered so that they can partner up with us in extreme confidence.
Thank you for that. So Courtney, I'm going to start with you, partly because I'm going to award you with the best background that we've had on these virtual.
Thank you.
You nailed it. That's great. Maybe so the buyer that's sitting out there that is on the finish line and trying to get to a place of comfort, what are you telling them this year? I mean, obviously this year has been complex, but we heard from 3 franchisees that are all confident. Like the confidence is high. 2 of them have invested for the first time into Sylvan in 2020. But what are you saying from a confidence standpoint to make them feel comfortable with their decision?
Yeah, I think it's really just something that Sylvan continues to do, and it's the support that we give our franchise owners. It doesn't just start from our process where we are helping you understand the brand. The entire team, I think that most of you all have heard throughout the day, we're really supportive in helping you throughout the entire process. And I think what's really important to understand about the Sylvan brand is the education industry is needed so much more right now than it ever has. And with parents struggling at home, trying to manage their full-time jobs, I think with teachers also trying to figure out this virtual learning process and really managing their lives at home as well. And we're all going through a lot of ups and downs, just like in our lives at home. But that's normal. And I think it's a process for most people that it's a challenge to understand. But because we're all going through it as well, we know that this industry is really, really strong and the need hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten so much greater. And I think right now, what we're hearing from most people is in my area, there's not the support that I feel like I should be having at the school. Where can Sylvan come in and help? And that's what we're here to do, is to really make them feel confident and to feel comfortable and to know that this industry is really going to be ramping up, and we're here to help. So we're excited to be able to, unfortunately, help those families who are struggling through the pandemic, but make sure that they feel really, really confident with the success and the education that their children are going to be receiving after coming into Sylvan.
Appreciate that. And Christy, what's been the temperature of the conversations you're having? Do you feel like, if you reflect back on 2020, obviously, a moment of impact was probably tough for everybody that's thinking about becoming a franchisee. But how's the temperature changing as we navigate to the end of the year? There's vaccinations that are in the works. Is that changing the discussion, or do we have people that are just so passionate about this category that yes, there's things under control happening outside, but within our goals and what we want to accomplish in business, we're committed. So, what's the temperature of the community that you're talking with now?
Sure. It's truly the desire to help. At the start of the pandemic, of course, there was so much uncertainty. Were we going back to school? Were we not going back to school? And then we saw in the summer, people really ramping up. They wanted to get open as soon as possible because the school year ahead looked so uncertain that they wanted to be the community solution. So far this year, we've opened up 16 new units despite the pandemic. 4 additional that are providing virtual services before their brick and mortar center is even open. So I think that right there is a testament to how we've been flexible and adapting, right? Because opening virtually wasn't a thing pre-2020. And now franchisees are able to get ramped up even faster and deliver services to their community. We're looking at opening 4 potential additional brick and mortar units this month. Fingers crossed with permitting and all of those fun things that are going on right now. But the conversation is still embedded in the fact that these people want to help. They want to be entrepreneurs, and they know that the education industry is needed now more than ever. So how can they get started quickly? And that's when they come to us.
Love it. And Maureen, from your seats, I mean, part of your role in franchise development is you're answering the questions of those that are trying to consider or evaluate whether this is the right opportunity for them. And one of the things, and it clearly comes up as an important topic, is the depth of leadership. Who's the backing behind this? Because becoming a franchise mentally is a challenge to get comfortable with the idea that you're going to be a business owner for the first time. Some people are diversifying their portfolios and have done it before, but some have to get comfortable with it. When you're looking at the depth of the leadership team as a backing and the support structure that came back to the franchisees, Maureen, how excited does that make you, and how easy does that make it when someone says, talk about the support of what happened in 2020?
I think the support from Sylvan operationally is unmatched. Even before the pandemic, it was something that I believe the team and I always spoke very highly about. Sylvan truly feels that we are partners in business with our franchisees. And John had said earlier on this summit call that you'll never find a franchisor who is more committed to their franchisees than Sylvan. All the franchisees that we had on this summit today are all people that have a head and a heart combination. They have a head for business and they have a heart for making a difference in the lives of children. And if they focus on the children, the revenue and the success of the business will come. And that is a mantra that is consistent among everyone on our operations team. And that's why I feel we've been so successful working together with our franchisees. Our operations team is outstanding.
I really appreciate that answer. And I think that plays into the next question, Courtney, which is, and we asked this to John too, but the why you, why now? The reality is like that's what a franchisee has to get comfortable with. Is Sylvan the right brand for them? And they have to come to that conclusion too. And then why now? If those are 2 areas that you have to answer in your role, how do you answer that? How do you tell a franchise prospect that this is the right brand and this is the right brand now?
I think the why Sylvan part is the easy answer. I mean, Sylvan has really adapted so incredibly well in comparison to so many other tutoring brands. I mean, not just the offering of virtual learning and how quickly we were able to master that, but we have so many other offerings. We've got our school support, which has really been a saving grace for a lot of our families and a lot of the partnerships that we've created. In addition to still offering, the learning in person with families and being able to have protocol in place where families feel really comfortable, and we ask them questions about, are you ready to bring your child back into Sylvan, or would you prefer to continue to offer this virtual model? So I think with Sylvan, it's easy to say why us, because we're really the best. We're great. We really care about our families, and the assessment that we offer is so different than what any other tutoring provider is going to be able to offer to their families, that our program is still going to be unmatched against the competitors. And really, with education taking a turn, it's really going to be even more needed in the future. And I think that's what people are seeing currently. They're noticing in their own homes and in the news and through the government that life is changing. And if you want your children to not be even more behind than they currently are, you want to be able to look into some other models for you to be able to provide them with that support so they aren't falling too far behind. And I think that really plays into why Sylvan and why now is that you don't want to miss another opportunity to not just increase, the wealth in your family and to be able to start something that's going to be able to provide a lot of support, not just to maybe your family, but other community members. But Sylvan really does do a really great job. And I think you've all learned throughout the summit and conversations with the franchisors, with the franchisees, is really how comfortable and confident they feel about the support that they receive, about our team, about the brand, and really the health of the education business is really going to need Sylvan in the future. So we're going to be here to be able to help them and provide them with that support.
Appreciate that. And Christy, and you addressed this in the chat for people that are thinking about this. Krista talked about the value of a resale for her. Maybe talk about the positives of resale, positives of startup, building from ground up. What is the difference between the two? And if a buyer is looking at both options, what are the positives of both?
Sure. I get this question a lot from prospects because opportunities are different across the country. From a new development perspective, I think it's really exciting to be able to build from the ground up, right? You're not inheriting staff that you may have to retrain and change some of those behaviors that have already been set. And you're really building your vision, which can be really cool. From a resale perspective, you're stepping into a business where you have ongoing revenue, right? Which is always a bonus. But along the way, you are going to have to make tweaks to then make it your own. At the end of the day, you're getting the same support from Sylvan, and all of the curriculum is going to be exactly the same. So it's really about what's available at that time in your market and being able to jump in as quickly as you can to get your business up and running, whether that be you stepping into something ongoing, or again, if there is not that opportunity there, you building it yourself from the ground up.
And Maureen, before I ask you a question that I have for you, I want to prepare all of you. My final question is going to be, what is one of your proud moments of 2020? Something that you heard from franchisees? Just so I'm giving you enough time to think about it, so I'm not like forcing you to answer on your feet. But Maureen, before we get to that question, talk about 2021. What excites you about where the brand's going and the accomplishments that have been done?
Sure, that's a great question. I have been in this industry overall for about 25 years now. I like to tell people I started when I was 12, which is a lie, but I have been in the industry for 25 years. They're always looking for solutions for their children, no matter what, especially when it comes to education. What is impressive about Sylvan is that we offer the largest breadth of services, so we can help as many families as possible. There have been some savvy investors this year who have known Sylvan to be the solution that parents are seeking. But on top of that, we now have this pandemic that is happening, where now kids and the families need our support more than ever before. So what I feel is going to happen in 2021 is we've had some savvy investors come on board this year to be ready for all the kids that are going to need to be helped in 2021. Our name is going to be further promoted. I mean, we have 93% brand name recognition. I'm sure John would love to be 100% brand name recognition. And I think in 2021, we're going to have even more savvy investors who see the need here as a result of the pandemic, but also pay more attention to us that we've always been here. We've always been the solution for families. And I think 2021 is going to be a great year as we recover from this pandemic. We show what we've been able to accomplish, and there's so many more kids to help now than ever before.
I really appreciate the optimism, and it's a good outlook. So let's close with the question that I prepped up. Courtney, let's start with you. Proud moment of the last year, something that makes you feel good.
Yeah, I think what makes me feel so good is knowing the amount of people that we've been able to help this year. It's been really incredible, the conversations that I have with people who really still consistently believe in the brand. We've got a lot of franchisees who have been expanding, and that for me has felt the best out of this entire experience. I think a lot of times in our personal lives, it's challenging. I think everyone trying to, keep a positive face every single day amidst the world is not an easy task. And I think understanding from our franchise owners how much they really believe in this brand, how I've seen our team and the company come together to support one another, to make sure that our owners feel the needed support that they so have from our brand. I think that's been the best feel-good moment for the Sylvan brand for me. It's just been a really nice experience to be involved in. So I'm happy about that.
Love it. So positive. And Christy, what about you?
Sure. So I'm super proud of our corporate team being able to step up and support our franchisees as we always have. We always deliver on those promises, and that's been great. From a personal standpoint, we entered into Quebec, Montreal, and it was our first brand presence in the province. So we sold the brand new green space territory. That franchisee is already open and delivering services to help. And I just think that speaks volumes to the potential for our brand. In the middle of a pandemic, we are entering into new spaces, obtaining those new customers, and those partners, new franchisees, felt so confident in what they can bring to their community through Sylvan that they made the investment and they made it happen this year. So that's been really awesome to watch.
Thank you. And Maureen, your proud moment?
Pretty much the same thing. I've been at Sylvan officially 1 year and 2 months today, even though I have a history in the industry. And of course, when the pandemic happens and it's your first year on the sales team, you're a little nervous about how things are going to pan out. But we had some great people come to the table that saw the need even more, that I am proud of myself as well as the entire team, that we helped navigate these prospects across the finish line that are so happy to have this business now where they're going to make a difference during not the most easiest year. It's a pandemic year. So the fact that we were able to get through this and help these prospects become successful, that I think as a team, I think we all share pride in that.
I love that. And look, I mean, for anybody that's watching, all of you guys, everybody else that we talked with, there's smiles, there's enthusiasm, there's confidence that there's still unknowns, but that's okay because we have goals that we want to hit, and we have dreams that we want to reach. And I think the last 2 hours of being able to talk through all these stories hopefully are impactful for people that are watching it. So I appreciate all three of you jumping on this and being a part of this. And I look forward to hearing the successes that we have next year. So I wish you all a great rest of the year and stay safe. And thanks for the discussion.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
See you guys.